Hi everybody and welcome to October's Flower Club Arrange Along. This month we have gone full on autumn with our blooms here. Lots of lovely oranges and deep reds that we're going to be arranging with. And this month we're going to do a slightly different technique. In previous months I've shown you how to do sort of hand-tied arrangements and bud vases and lots of other ideas, but this one we haven't covered before. It's something that I've seen done previously using, it's a vase-in-a-vase arrangement essentially. So this is, we're kind of giving it a bit of an autumn theme. I've seen it done with circles of oranges and lemons, so you have your initial vase, you stand another glass vase inside of it, and then you fill the gap essentially. So with this one I've got this nice bulbous vase here, and I've just popped in a cylinder, very thin cylinder vase, and just popped some little miniature gourds in, some dried hydrangea, some rose hips. So this time of the year is brilliant because you could get conkers, you could get pine cones, twigs, that sort of thing. They obviously don't need a water source, but they just add a bit more interest around the base of your vase, and obviously your vase inside will have the water in for your arrangement. So it's just a different way of kind of styling up your flowers really. So running through what you've got in this month's arrangement, we've got some lovely eucalyptus populus buried. So so you get the populus, which has got kind of this sort of slightly elongated leaf, and then you can get the buried version. Now this is very nice. I used this actually last weekend in a wedding bouquet that I did. It just adds a nice little bit of texture to an arrangement. So lots of little stems on here, so clear anything that will fall below your water line, but obviously hang on to your shorter stems because we can use them in bud vases, or if you're doing pumpkin arrangements, the shorter stems are ideal. And I'm just going to place this just in my cylinder vase here. It's got a lovely drapey style to it, so it's quite good if you want something that's going to hang over. So I'm going to take this one as well. As with everything, nice sharp 45-degree angle cut, and I'm just going to sort of drape that over there. I'm going to work with the movement that's already in our foliage. It's always good to do that, kind of, it looks a lot more natural when you are working with different stems. Kind of just let them do their thing. So I've got my cylinder vase towards the back, so this is going to be like a mantle piece or table arrangement where you're not going to really need to see the back. So I'm going to bring my material forward, and we've got that nice overhang. It just softens the edge of the vase, and I'm just placing it around and crisscrossing the stems, so it's making a little grid. As we know, if we grid our stems, it's easier to kind of hold everything in place. So I'll just pop that one in as well. We also have some lovely quercus or oak leaves here. These have been dyed, so these are a lovely sort of deep red colour. They are fresh, so we're going to put them in water, but the leaves will dry and come off, and when they do you can just pop them around the bottom of a vase, so don't necessarily throw them away, because you can make use of them in your styling and your decor. So again, just going to pop these in into the vase there. Again, no particular placement, but kind of roughly a little bit of a triangle, and vary the heights, as I've said sort of in previous videos. It's good to kind of have different heights of your stems because it just draws the eye through a little bit more Now, this is having a bit of a fight with me, this one. There we go. There we are. So we're building our foliage base for our arrangement. We also have some physalis, Chinese lanterns, autumn bells, whatever you want to call them. These dry beautifully as well. You'll find kind of as the stem starts getting a little bit older, the leaves on the top will start to shrivel, but I'm going to leave mine on for now because I just think it adds a nice bit of texture. And just take off any that will fall below the waterline. You could even pop these into your vase as well. Actually, they add a nice little pop of colour. Trim the stem, and again, just slot them through. Some of them will have a slight bend to the stem. Again, just work with that, and it just makes everything look a little bit more natural and have a bit more movement to it. Can you see me? So we've got another one here, nice sharp cut. Just going to take the bottom sort of couple off. So you'll see you're kind of building up a nice little collection there of physalis. You could put them in wreaths, you could put them around candles, lots of uses for them, but as I say, they do dry beautifully, so they are you know, they're very, very good by this time of the year. And we're going to add in a nice pop of red. So this spray rose is called Mirabelle. It's not quite, it looks quite bright on the screen here, but it's a bit more of a deeper red. So it just works very nicely with this type of arrangement, just adds more depth and colour. And obviously you've got lots of flowers on there, lots of buds, so you've got plenty of interest going on. Again, I'm just going to pop them into our cylinder vase, roughly in thirds. This is quite a narrow vase. You could do this with jam jar or something like that as well. If you've got a smaller, if your outer vase is relatively small, you could just put a jam jar in as well. It will give the same effect. Pop this one in nearer the back, so we've got a bit of height going on. Appreciate there's a bit of a reflection going on the front there, so it's not ideal to show you, but I will take some photos afterwards and pop them in the group so that you can see the final article, as it were. Just going to pop that extra piece of populus in there. So you'll see with the physalis, you've got this one kind of coming out to this side, and you've got these two kind of a bit more upright. And our wow flower, so our focal flower, are these gorgeous leucadendrons, or pincushion proteas they're also known as. Really long lasting, come in some really funky colours, mainly sort of reds, oranges, yellows, so brilliant for kind of this type of arrangement. For Halloween, sort of autumnal feel. And just kind of, they're nice sturdy stems, so you can have a good poke away there to find a little home for that within our cylinder. Stripping any leaves that come below the waterline, nice sharp cut. I'm just going to turn this around a little bit so I can just get some better look on balance. So again, going to put them at different heights through the arrangement. And they have a slight bend to them, so just angle them so that they're facing the direction you want them to be looking in. This one in back there. So there we have it. As I say, these could also pop in here. In fact, I might just slot a few in. So if you prep your stems before you start arranging, you can put your Physalis lanterns in before you put the vase in. Just makes it a little bit less fiddly. But you'll see it just adds a little bit of interest to the bottom of the vase, rather than just looking at the stems basically. So no kind of hard and fast rules here in terms of placements. Just want it to look nice and natural, but nice and bright, and a nice pop of colour. So there we have it. This month's arrangement, a vase in a vase. So I hope that's helpful, gives you some ideas and inspiration. Do share what you make, because I love to see what you come up with. And if you have any questions, do pop them in the comments, and I'll come back to you. Okay, in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you very much for watching. Catch up with you soon. Bye now.